Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00 and the Law and Theories video series. Today we look at Argent Moon, its history, and what happened to it. Commissioned on February 13th, 2546, it did not enter service with ONI until May 7th, 2553. Argent Moon served as a top-secret research and development station for the Office of Naval Intelligence. The station's existence was known to only a handful of individuals, with ONI personnel experimenting with a variety of highly classified and experimental projects, as well as weapons testing. ONI crew aboard the Argent Moon also experimented with technology retrieved from the Halo array. The crew of the Argent Moon were also experimenting with unsanctioned stealth technology. In 2557, some personnel aboard the station created and experimented with Estrodia, an unsanctioned biological weapon that remained dormant and asymptomatic as it spread throughout a population before it was activated by an otherwise harmless aerosol dispersal. But to bring it back, in 2538 there was an outbreak of Estrodia at the Barugi Preparatory Academy. In just 30 hours, 10,000 people at the school were infected, and all but 9 died shortly after. The 9 survivors were all partially resistant to being infected thanks to mutations they had that resulted in variants of thalassemia. 6 with delta-beta thalassemia survived for years before finally succumbing to the disease, but those with gamma thalassemia from a novel mutation did not suffer any adverse effects. The 3 survivors were Kabasi Tuwa, the medical officer of the academy, and his 2 children, Catalin and Yuso. The devastation wrought by the infection caused the academy to be shut down, and by 2541, the entire planet was placed under biohazard quarantine. This required encircling Barugi with a net of thermonuclear hornet mines and blockade beacons that would alert any vessels that showed an intention to approach, and the Barugi incident was first made a matter of public record around a year after it occurred, but in late 2553, it was mysteriously classified and compartmentalized. In December 2553, after the murder of Admiral Gracelyn Tuwa and the abduction of her family, Operation Retribution was launched to gain revenge and recover the survivors. However, in the process, Vita Lupus's Verit team connected the Tuwa family to the Barugi incident and discovered that someone was trying to weaponize Estrodia, using the Tuwa's immunity to culture a vaccine. The plot was seemingly foiled when Vita destroyed the cryojars containing Tuwa's organs and the bioweapon plot was exposed. However, the incident was blamed on Lieutenant Bartolin Craddock, and Intrepid I, the true culprit, remained undetected. Intrepid I manipulated the final report on Operation Retribution and Project Sleeping Star so that the research on Estrodia and a vaccine was moved to Argent Moon with an unlimited black budget. On board the Argent Moon, experimentation continued to develop the bioweapon, and all test formulas were tested on live Kig-Yar subjects. There were also unknown, misshapen creatures detained in the laboratory's tanks, and Estrodia went through several iterations outlined by the following. Estrodia 59B, subject exposed to Estrodia 95B sickened but all recovered with no fatalities. It was determined that the formula needed to be adjusted to increase toxicity. Estrodia 61F, morbidity in subject was deemed satisfactory, but the LD50, or the dose that will be lethal to 50% of the target population, was deemed inadequate. Estrodia 472A, both the morbidity and the LD50 were judged to be sufficient, but the shortening of the compound's half-life became the next goal. This indicated that the 59B strain wasn't concentrated enough to cause the desired effect, which is ultimately fatal infection. The 61F strain was powerful enough, but the dosage needed to be fatal to approximately 50% of the target population was significantly too high, while the 472A strain met all the expected parameters but remained in a lethal and active state for far too long after the desired effects had been achieved. In March of 2557, an accident caused a particularly aggressive form of Estrodia to vaporize and spread throughout the Argent Moon via its air systems, killing nearly everybody aboard. Those closer to the accident were killed instantly, being liquidized from the inside out. And depending on the distance from the accident, the rest of the vessel's personnel began suffering symptoms from the chemical minutes to hours later. Although shipboard AI Rooker attempted to enforce quarantine protocols, they failed massively and all personnel aboard Argent Moon were dead by March 19th. 2 days later, Rooker made the decision to quarantine the vessel by jettisoning what portion of the asteroidal compounds and dead bodies he could into empty space, and setting the Argent Moon on a course that would keep it clear of any inhabited systems. He also recorded a message which was set to repeat for any potential ONI personnel that would try to reclaim the station, warning them that the air was not safe for humans to breathe. Rooker eventually succumbed to rampancy and chose to initiate his own final dispensation on September 12, 2557. In October 2558, 19 months after it went missing, Argent Moon was discovered by Kigyar scavengers who sold it to Juam Dama's Covenant. 1 week later, Spartan 2 Blue Team was tasked with securing the vessel and its intel, encountering Covenant scavengers aboard the vessel. Unable to secure the Argent Moon, Blue Team was forced to overheat the station's reactor, destroying it and all of the remaining asteroidal compounds aboard. Due to the station's obscurity, UNSC investigators who examined the remains of the Argent Moon were initially unaware of the station's role, but upon searching the debris field for clues, the investigators eventually discovered that the station's crew had been manufacturing bioweapons. It is likely thereafter the Office of Naval Intelligence, under the order of Synconi Seren Osman, secured what material they could to salvage some of the research. As for what happened thereafter, it is entirely likely that ONI have buried it within another black project. Thanks for watching. Stick your comments down below and I look forward to what you have to say. I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons, Nathan the Silent Cartographer, Miguel, Brian, Sebastian and Holden, the holders of the mantle, Justin, Darian, Ty, Iron Griffin and Black Biscuit, my reclaimers, Zach, Deep Cover, Verbal Statue, Spesico, Spartan A498, Guppy and Josh, my Metarchs, and all the other patrons that have jumped aboard to support the channel. I know I say it every video, but I can't put it into words. It's amazing to have you guys on board and supporting the channel. It really is. If you like Halo lore discussed to insane levels of detail, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you're told the second a new video hits the shelves. Be sure to support us on all social media channels including Discord, and if you really love the channel, consider heading over to Patreon and supporting the channel over there. It would mean the world to me and would free up more of my time for me to put into this content and other Halo related goodness. Take it easy everyone. Find peace in the domain.